when life was good, weather and palm trees. Back in the day, you were everything I need. But then along came a time when you crushed my dreams. Oh yeah, you played me like a fool when you made me believe that the line between love wasn't thick enough to read. Oh yeah, you see we in despair, crime everywhere. You're selling false hope cause you just don't care. Nah, you just don't care. Nah, you just don't care. You just don't. Still selling false hope cause you just don't.
Hello ladies, hello gents, thank you for being here today. You know that I do not take your presence here for granted. My name is Mira Skene, and if you have not seen me before, therefore you have not been watching me. On today's video guys, we are going to be making fried rice. If you can look at it, we're going to be making vegetable fried rice. If you look at all this, it is green, everything looks pretty, prepped and ready to go. But before we dive right into this video guys, if you have not yet subscribed to this YouTube channel, please go ahead and subscribe and also hit the notification bell. That way you know when we do have new uploads. So let's get right into this cooking guys. For your fried rice recipe, you're going to need some vegetable oil. I have about 1.5 cups in here. I also have onions. This is 1.5 onions that has been sliced. If you noticed it, I actually slice the onions like long. Some other people they chop it, but I prefer it like this because of the aesthetics. If you know me, you know I love pretty stuff. Right here you have your carrot and your green beans. I actually slice this myself because when you go to the stores, I don't like using frozen stuff. I always like to do it fresh. It takes a little bit more time, but you can always almost tell the difference from the taste and from the way that it looks. So we have the carrots, we have the green beans. I actually sliced it this way because this is the shape that I prefer. Right here we have the red bell peppers and the green peppers. I sliced them to the same shape because I'm trying to keep everything uniform. We also have like 12 ounces of shrimp right here. You need some ginger for the flavor. And I have garlic in here. With this you just roll it and it's gonna get chopped. That's the garlic right in there. You have some leeks or green onions. We call it leeks, but here in the United States it is called green onions. And you know me, I cannot make any food without these scotch bonnet peppers because I love the heat. You have some curry powder in here. You have bay leaves and ginger leaf for flavoring. For the ginger leaf, it is not really something that is widely known, so if you don't have this, there is no problem. And also I have here some kankan. It is actually spices for suya. I'm going to use it on top of the steak when it is almost done. This steak here is just for garnishing, so that is why you see I've already prepped it. I do have herb de Provence on this. I have, how do you call it, black pepper. I also have some white peppers, salt and Maggi to taste, and I actually put some virgin olive oil on it just to let it marinate. It's been sitting there for like an hour, just marinating. That way it is juicy at the end of the day. And on to the next, we have right here beef and chicken. If you know me, you know that I love my particulars, aka the fish, the meat and everything. So we're gonna use this to make the stock. I usually say that if you're going to make fried rice or any dish actually, it's always good to start from scratch. I know it may take a lot of time, but then when you do it from scratch, you have everything. You're going to be able to get all the flavors, the freshness and the nice stuff. So in here is the beef and the chicken. I'm going to use this to make the stock. I don't like buying stock from the stores because I don't know what is in there and all the preservatives, so I'd rather make mine from scratch. So let's get cooking. First you want to turn on your stove. As I have the meat and the chicken in here, I'm going to put it all together in the pot because this meat is not too hard, so it's going to cook at the same time. If you look at the chicken, it's a little bit smoked for the flavor and extra taste. You can also have it without it being smoked. It's still going to be fine. So we have that in there. We're gonna go in with the ginger leaf and the bay leaves. And I'm gonna go in with some cube. This is a mixture of white pepper and black pepper. So I'm gonna go in, you don't really need to break this out. I'm gonna go in with 2 cubes and that. And I'm also gonna go in with a pinch of salt. So you have to put your salt to taste. This is about 1 tablespoon. And then go in with a little bit of water. So for the stock, I'm gonna put just a little bit of water first. Let's say about half cup. That way it's gonna steam a little. When it's steamed, I'm gonna add more water. The reason why I'm steaming it first is because I want it to like take out the juice before putting in a lot of water. So the reason why I put in just a little bit of water is because I want it to be able to take out all the juice so that we have a very high quality stock. So I'm gonna let this boil for a little bit before I add in more water. So just spread that out and cover the pot. So while that is boiling in there, we're gonna go ahead and like just grind the garlic. So you just need to do this, or you can actually use a mortar or a blender if that's what you want. And now that is done, we're gonna go ahead and grate the ginger. So we're gonna grate the ginger in the pot. Look at that, the aroma is amazing. And next up, we're gonna go ahead with this. Take it out. So now that we've added more water, I'm still gonna add more ginger into it. And the reason why I do this in steps is just for more flavoring. That way it's not stale. And next we go in with some black pepper. This is about a tablespoon. And some white pepper. We're gonna let this cook. Once it's ready, we're gonna go in with the rice. Okay guys, this has been cooking for like 15 minutes now. I think it should be ready. Yep, that looks ready. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take it out. We have a good beef and chicken stock. Just look at that. This is gonna be good for the rice. We'll take it out, we'll slice it, and we start cooking. But I'm gonna pour this in the pan. Oh, look at that stuff. So next we're gonna try to put in a little bit of oil. The reason why we're doing this is because we want to fry the rice first before we start boiling it. So let's let that get hot. So we have in here the rice that is already washed. What you want to do is when you wash your rice, you want to make sure that the water is clear. If it is clear, you know that all the starch is out of it. So while the pot for the rice is getting hot, we're gonna be cutting this beef into bite sizes. So this is already hot, I guess. So we're gonna go in with the rice. Ooh, look at that. So this is a very important step to up the game of your fried rice. I think the rice is ready now to put in the stock. Yep, that's dry enough. So now we're gonna go in with the stock. You wanna make sure you put the stock first before you put in water. That way you know the quantity of water you're putting in. Ooh. So next you're gonna go with your curry powder. That is gonna give it color. Some thyme. I'm gonna go in with this for some heat. And I have some bouillon seasoning. This is actually chicken seasoning right here. And some salt. So next up, I'm gonna add more water now. So you see we are not wasting anything. I'm gonna take down the heat a notch. That way it doesn't get burned. I think we still need more water and more curry for the color. So while you're cooking the rice, make sure that it's half cooked, not fully cooked, because if it is fully cooked, it's gonna be mushy. You don't want your rice mushy. That's why you see I'm putting the water in bits to make sure that I do not overcook it. And now we're just gonna cover it. And you wanna check this often to make sure that it doesn't get burned. So right here is one blended green pepper. We're gonna go in with that for color, taste, and flavor. So we have that in there. Ooh, look at how greenish it's becoming. So we're gonna go in and add some more water, making sure we don't overcook it. Let it cook for a little bit. Alrighty, let's take a look at our rice. Look at it. Just look at the color, guys. So this rice is ready now to start being fried. So from this point, guys, everything has to be quick. Now we're gonna go in with oil. So now that the oil is hot, we're gonna go in with this. Careful. I'm gonna drop an onion in there just to take out the scent of the oil and for more flavoring. It's all about the flavor, guys. So we're gonna fry that first. Let it fry for a bit. You don't want to make fried rice with fresh beef. You want it fried. Take a look at how brownish the beef is. I think it's ready now. We're going to take it out. Okay, dudes, now we're done. Look at this. Just take a look at how it looks. This is amazing. Alrighty, so next we're gonna go in with the shrimp. Same oil, same flavor, same everything. Oh, it's getting finished. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of bouillon. Take a look at that. So while the shrimps are frying in there, we are going to have the skillet hot. I already have the fire on. We're going to use this to make the steak that we're going to be garnishing the rice with. So right here, I do have some extra virgin olive oil. It is infused with rosemary. This is going to give some flavor on the steak. Now that I have the skillet on, I'm just going to pour that in there. And guys, it's always good to have oil at home that is being infused, because that gives you a lot of flavor. If you take a look at this one, I do have in here, this olive oil that I've been using. I put in some stuff in there just for flavoring. So we're gonna let this pan heat. Okay, so now that is hot, we're gonna go in with the steak. Oh, listen to that. We're gonna cook that for a bit. So the shrimp is all ready. We're gonna take this out. So I have some Irish cream butter, pure Irish butter. I'm gonna use that in the steak. I'm gonna be cutting about 1 tablespoon for each side. I'm gonna melt it all over the steak. I'm gonna make a whole full recipe of the steak someday. So I do have some water to boil, and the reason I'm boiling this water is because I need to make these green beans even greener. So take a look at this. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pour in some salt. This salt, the reason I'm putting the salt is because it's gonna help it bring out the color. So right in there you go. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna let it sit for 2 minutes, and you're gonna see how the color is gonna change. See how it's changing already? Take a look at that. It's even greener. Ready? What we're gonna do is we're gonna strain it. First we're going with the onions. Next I'm gonna go in with this. So let that sit in for a minute. So now we're gonna go in with the carrots. Everything has to be fast at this point. So because we already put the green beans in hot water, we're gonna let this carrot get cooked a little bit before we add the green beans. But if you did not do the step of trying to make the green beans greener, you can add the carrot and the green beans at this time. But now we're gonna wait for this carrots to get a little bit cooked, then we go in with the green beans. Next we're going in with the green beans. At this point you want to put everything at once. Ah, look at that, guys. You really want to be in here. So next up we're going in with the peppers. I don't know, I keep forgetting the name of these. If you notice, guys, I took out the rice out of the pot because when you keep it in the pot, it keeps getting cooked and you don't want the rice overcooked. So I took it out to air it out because, like I said, if you let it stay in there, it's gonna be soggy and we don't want that. So while we're frying this, we're going to go in with the green onions. Green onions. I'm gonna take out everything. There's no waste in here. Let's look at all the vegetables. You want to keep stirring and stirring and stirring. You don't want this to get burnt. We're going to go in with more ginger that I grind already. Ginger and garlic. Guys, with all I'm doing, you want to hit that subscribe button and also hit the notification bell because I'm going to be bringing you guys all sorts of recipes, talking about good relationships, your mindset, and all that good stuff. You want to be glued to this channel, guys. Now we go in with this because you don't want it to dry. So we're gonna go in now with a little bit of bouillon. Right here, that's the kind that they use. And now it's time for the rice, guys. I'm gonna start putting it bit by bit. Oh, look at that. Don't want it in chunks. Ooh, is that so cute or what? Going in with the next. And there is one thing, guys, when you're making your fried rice, make sure that when you fry all the vegetables, you fry the rice as well with the vegetables, because I've seen cases where people don't do that and it just makes the whole thing look different and taste different. And you want to make sure you fry it a little bit with the vegetables. You know I'm the flavor queen. We're gonna go in with a little bit of butter. And now we're going in with the shrimp. Oh, this is so beautiful. This is so delicious. Look at this, guys. Oh, Lord have mercy. You want to be in here. So now that that butter is melted and the steak is resting well, we're just going to stir. There you have it, family. Your fried rice is ready. Just look at this. Look at it. And the steak is also ready as well. It's been resting here. When you make steak, you want to make it rest. That way the juice comes out of it.